Hello everybody, welcome to my weird wonderful world. And for this video, I wanted to go back and for most of this rest of this week, I kind of want to do more of these music based videos where I talk about music. This is my preferred subject. Although I do love making those nature videos, me going outside and showing the sights. But I only have a very few subscribers that they're very loyal, and I do it for them. But I know those type of videos don't do the best on my channel. I'll still make some in the future, of course, because I do love my loyal subscribers, and I do want to provide for them the content that they want to see from me, but it doesn't have that mass appeal that I wish it would, or otherwise I'd be doing more of those type of videos. But I want to go back and talk about, well, as you see in the thumbnail, I have these six disappointing albums that I do want to talk about, and these are the six albums that once I because my goal is to basically get up to 1,000. I want 1,000 CDs. I have the room for it. I know I have the room for it. And once I get that, I won't have much more room. So after that, I will start consolidating and getting rid of CDs here and there, whether I give them away or, but I know these six here are on top of the list. After that, it's like I don't know what I would want to get rid of. I really love almost everything I have except for maybe these six. But still, there's stuff on these six that I still kind of like. One of them, I there's a couple here I really don't like at all. But you'll see when we get to that. All right, but before I get to that, okay, I want to go briefly into the albums lately within the last year or so, okay, that I am not disappointed with, that not disappointed with at all. I just finished listening to all of this Monkeys original album series, and I am super happy with it. I love every song, I love every album. They're there's you can hear a certain progression in the albums. I do need to listen to them again. I only listen to each one of these albums once, but I definitely want to go back and listen to them again because I really enjoyed them. I want to give them. I want to give them try to give them even more attention than I was able to give them already. I'm been trying to plow through all this music that I need to get to. Now, so far what's in my box that of music I need to get to. Just a quick reminder. I have yeah, I have this Joe Walsh. I still want to get back in to listen to. I got the Widespread Panic here. Still want to get into Use Your Illusions 1 and 2 is still in there. The Johnny Cash is still in there that I just recently got. The Slayer Rain and Blood is still in there because I want to listen to that when I can. The Who's Greatest Hits is in there. The Tom Petty is in there. Into the Wild, Into the Great Wide Open. Vital Idol, Billy Idol's in there, and the John Cougar Mellencamp is in there. So those are what's in there. I have gone, like I said, I have been going through stuff. I've been going through I've been going through the Monkeys. I had played I had recently gotten this Jim Morrison, The Doors, um, the American Prayer. So that was pretty fun. I really enjoyed it. It's not a long album at all, and the music is so like well suited with Jim Morrison's voice, even though he's just talking. He's not singing. He's just talking, doing his poetry and stuff. But I consider it the seventh official album. It's a necessity for me. Like it's as integral to the rest of those Doors albums as the as yeah yeah. I That's what I say. Okay. Also, music that I'm so far not disappointed with this year. Phenomenal, phenomenal. One of the best albums of the year, if not the best album of the year. I love it. I mean, talking about new albums of this year of 2025, this is a hit. This is a hit. Freaking love this. Um, of course, Bob Mould. Here we go. And I showed, yeah, Sparks Mad. I should be saying what I show up on the screen, in case people are not really listening, not really watching what I'm showing. They just listening. With the Franz Ferdinand, the Human Fear, these are not disappointing at all. I had also just to show you briefly, I gotten the original album of series of Rat. Every song was killer. Every song was good. Like, you know, it really puts me into that 80s nostalgic hair metal era. The good stuff from it. I'm somewhat of a fan of that hair metal. Not everything maybe, but enough of that. Or I still want to get into some of that old metal, old 80s metal, like stuff like Dokken and Crocus and bands like them. I want to get into those for sure. And right now, when I'm look what's in my player when I'm looking the complete, and I will be listening to these three albums like before I move on to anything else. I'll be playing these three albums. Well, I've only played the first album and the fourth album, and I have that right now in my player, and it's like it has to be played next. These I will be finishing listening to these again, and eventually I want to be listening to all these again, plus the other Yes albums I have and eventually I want to get back into listening to the Frank Zappa I got. I want to listen to some more Sparks. I've been taking a break off of Mad for the week, and I've been wanting to play it. I've been wanting to put it back in, but I was like, no, I have other music I need to play first before I get back into Mad. But yeah, I really want to get back into Mad. Okay, now let's go to the second part. I'll put some timestamps down below so you'll be able to get to this part. I should have said this at the beginning. I wasn't, thinking about it. But here are the six albums, okay, that I own, and some of these you already know. They are in my worst albums I own list already. But there's a new one in here. There's a new one in here from 2024, okay, that I tried and Rabbis will also agree with me on that. If you know who the Rabbis channel is, I'll leave a link down below to his channel. But even he agreed because I okay. I'll get to it when I get to it. Okay, let's start with number six first. So and from the least disappointing to the most disappointing, but still these are really like like these are six here are the most disappointing albums I ever got, that's in my collection right now. There was a few others, but I no longer have those. But so yeah, I still keep these because there's at least two songs, one to two songs on them that are actually good. And this is why this was the least of the worst, okay? Because I still really do like Save Tonight and Falling in Love. Save Tonight is such a great song that I can't, I don't want to part with this just because of that song. But Falling in Love is actually really good too. But this is an album I don't really need to get back into playing this again. I'm sure if I play this a couple more times, yeah, I need to play this whole album at least one more time. This is just to really determine. But I still remember when I got this album because I love those two songs. I had seen the video, but the rest of the album was so disappointing. It was so you know mid. Uh, it's almost a little too. Uh, I don't know what to say. I don't. I don't want to say I don't want to use the word pretentious, but yeah, it just didn't wow me. It just didn't wow me. It seemed a little too too bland in some ways. But I need to listen to this again because it's probably a little bit better than I give it credit for. But this is something you'll definitely would see in a dollar bin somewhere. um At number five, even this, I only got it for one song, but the rest of it is not my style, is not my taste. Okay, and that's Murray's Head, and the album is called "When You're in Love." It basically is the greatest hits. You know, yeah, it's a greatest hits kind of thing. Um, Song 15 is the only real song that I want on there and that I like is "One Night in Bangkok," which is a classic. It was one that's the only song that put him on on my radar. And I thought, okay, I like that one song. The rest of it should be good. Nope, disappointing. Very disappointing. Now, at number, do I want to put this one first or that one first? Well, okay, this is at number 4, and now I own a couple of comedy albums. This is a comedy album. This is not a music related album, but it's still, I'm still counting it as, this could have been an honorable mention, but I'm going to count it because as I don't own very many comedy albums. I'm not counting the Beavis and Butthead Experience because that is, although it's comedy, is more kind of a soundtrack to the TV show and stuff. So it counts, but I'm not counting it. But I do have I'm not disappointed with these. I mean, I don't find them as funny as they once did, but I still keep it because I do like it. I mean, this was iconic when I first heard it. It was very funny the first time I heard it, and you automatically like Dennis Leary because there's a certain everyday man. He had a certain style, and the same thing with George Carlin. George Carlin, he's just so topical, and his comedy is very, you know, situational in some sense, but he's always talking about real solid subjects, and usually I tend to agree with a lot of what he's making fun of. So these are great stuff. But what was a disappointment? And I actually like his other the third one here. His other one that's called They're Going to Laugh at You. Adam Sandler, and this is What the Hell Happened to Me. It is not nearly as funny as the other album of they're going to laugh at you, which is a funny album. It has the whole stick with the buddy, dude, buddy, that little stick, and that was a funnier with the toll booth Willie. I'm going to get out of the toll booth, and it was great. But this I only listened to it the one time, and I didn't find it all that funny, or so I would honestly say this is a disappointment, and possibly we'll trade it in for some other CDs, depending on how much I can get for them. Uh, this one here, and I'm putting this at number at number 3. Okay, this is at number 3 because it still has one great song on it that makes it what it is. But I don't need this at all in my collection. I can get rid of it because I have that song as a part of a compilation. And I spoke about this before, and this is my Soft Cells, with the Allman, yeah, Mark Allman, and its memorabilia, yeah, except for Tainted Love, all the rest, I can't get into it. It's not my style of music at all. Now, at number 2, okay, and this didn't make number 1 because I do have another album here at number 1 that is like it is the most disappointing one. And I was prepared to like it, okay, but it was disappointing. At number 2, based only on the cover, seeing it on Scott Lade's The Prog Corner, which I still love his channel, and I'm still going to be a channel member of course, and I still do watch as much as I can from time to time, and I need to comment and stuff. I need to watch a little bit more because I do love his content, and there's a reason why I became a channel member because I like him. I do like learning about the content that he specializes in, which is prog rock. But he does talk about other subjects too, a little bit here and there, other genres and that. But I saw this album cover on his channel. He talked a bit highly of it. You know, it was up there in his ratings. Okay, and I tried to like it. I wanted to like it. I was trying to brag it up a tiny bit more than I really deserved to because I really wanted to like it. I didn't. I felt I kind of felt bad. I still kind of like it a little bit, but I have to really be honest with myself. That this, like, when I first got this, and I was disappointed. I was disappointed, especially the first couple of songs. The singing, it was the singing for me, and I do kind of find it a little uninteresting. I know Ryby's channel. He like he didn't do a review of this or anything, but he told me on a he commented on one of my videos where we were chatting back and forth, and I brought this up again, and he started, he corroborated what I was kind of feeling, that yeah, if the cover is misleading and it's not as great as I would have liked it to have been. And yeah, I'm talking about the new sound by Jordy Grief. I mean, again, I see the artistic style in it. I see why people can like this and would like this. For me, the best song on the bike is Motorbike, of course. I don't mind the song, the new sound. Bongo Season is actually pretty cool, but the rest of it just kind of, I don't know. It doesn't really do it for me. And eventually, when I get to my 1,000 CDs that I want to collect, that'd probably be. I mean, do I want to just keep it for the cover alone? Look at that cover. Look at that cover. It's awesome cover, and that should have been red. That should have been red. That they put it brown. Yeah, it's like, what is mud? Is it mud or chocolate coming out of his neck? No, it's supposed to be. You know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to. This I love this cover so much that it disappoints me that I couldn't get into the album as much as I really hoped for, that I really wanted to. So that's why this is at number two. But at number one, okay, and I think I've mentioned this before. Yeah, I would have to say this is because I was expecting to like this, and again, it's not the music. The music is superb. The music is awesome in it. And if it wasn't for the singing, because I'm not into the Sylvian part of that. I'm into the Fripp part. We all know who the Fripp we're talking about there, but the Sylvian part of that, yeah, yeah, is David Sylvian. I'm not crazy for his singing at all. I'm not into that kind of singing. There's something, but Robert Fripp is yeah, there's not much to that at all. But I was expecting to like it because I like King Crimson. I like all that King Crimson stuff, and this was mentioned on a Tool documentary. This album in particular, of Damage by the Sylvian Fripp, Damage. It was mentioned and I gotta watch that again. My Tool documentary that I have, and I thought, okay, it sounded cool. And when I saw it, like secondhand for $8, but still, when I got it home and I listened to it, I could not. I didn't even play the whole album. I got to song number three, and it's like and I turned it off because I was just so disappointed. Yeah, I would say this is my most disappointing album purchase, and these are pretty much. I think yeah, these are pretty much everything I bought since except for maybe the soft cell. I think I had that before I did my channel. Or did I? I don't know if some of these predate my channel or not. of me getting these. I'm pretty sure I had my channel going on when I got this. But those are it. Those are my six. Let's recap. At number six was the Eagle Eye Cherry. And Desireless. And the Murray's Head, When You're in Love. Then Adam Sandler, What the Hell Happened to Me? And then there's, of course, the Soft Cell Memorabilia, the Jordy Grief, and the New Sound. I tried liking it. I wanted to like it. I really wanted to like it, but couldn't. And then, of course, there's the Sylvian Fripp Damage. Yeah, those are my top five most disappointing albums I own. And yeah, that's it for me. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? I would love you forever and greatly appreciate it. And also, don't be afraid to hit that like button, of course, and leave me comments. Tell me what you think of that. Tell me if you have any real disappointing albums in your collection. What would be your top five, top 10, however many you want to choose? I'm very curious to seeing, if you have your own channel, make a video about that too, or whatnot. Start a thread if you can. But if you have an album collection, even if you don't have a channel, just leave me a top five, top 10 of your most disappointing albums that you own that you probably would get rid of. And I think that's everything. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to do a quick video where I'm going to read you some liner notes from an album. I don't know exactly what yet, but I guarantee I will pick a good one. Something that most people is interested in. And again, this is mostly for me to get to read the liner notes, and also for you guys, if you don't have time to read it, you can put me on and just listen to me reading the liner notes. All right, I'm gonna let you go before I drag this out too much. Everybody, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great day, evening, morning, night, or afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.